Survive 30 days chained to your ex. Win $250,000. Chapter 4. The morning of day 3 dawned with an uneasy quiet. The air in the small room felt heavier than before, a mixture of anticipation and fatigue. Josh and Susie stirred awake almost simultaneously, the chain between them clinking softly as they shifted. Neither spoke immediately, both aware that the day would demand more than simple cooperation. It would demand patience, creativity, and emotional resilience. Yesterday had ended on a tentative note of camaraderie, but today promised new challenges that could test even the progress they had made. Breakfast was served promptly, as always. The organizers had mixed things up slightly, introducing a few new items to test coordination: pancakes, syrup, and a selection of fruits that required careful slicing. Every movement had to be deliberate, every handoff coordinated. Susie held the plate while Josh poured syrup, careful not to spill. "We're getting too good at this," Josh joked, trying to lighten the tension. Susie smirked. "Too good? Don't let it go to your head." Laughter, small but genuine, broke the morning stiffness. It was a reminder that even in unusual circumstances, light-hearted moments could emerge naturally. The organizers then introduced the day's main challenge, a mental obstacle course designed to test communication and problem-solving under pressure. A series of puzzles, riddles, and logic games were laid out in the main hall, each requiring both participants to contribute simultaneously. If one failed, both would have to start over. It was a test not only of intelligence, but of collaboration, patience, and trust. Josh and Susie approached the first puzzle cautiously. A large board with scrambled letters lay before them, forming a complex word game. "Okay," Josh said. "We need to split the tasks. I'll handle the vowels, you handle the consonants." Susie nodded, her fingers deftly moving letters into place while Josh called out suggestions. Minutes passed, tension building, but neither raised their voices. The chain that had once felt restrictive now felt almost like a lifeline, forcing them to move in tandem, communicate clearly, and rely on each other. Completing the first puzzle brought a surge of confidence. "Not bad," Susie said, a genuine smile lighting her face. "We actually make a good team." Josh laughed. "Don't get used to it." Yet even as the words were playful, the underlying truth was undeniable. Progress, however small, was happening. The next task was even more demanding. A physical puzzle involving moving large crates to unlock a hidden compartment. Coordination was essential, and mistakes could result in bruises or delays. As they lifted the first crate, the weight caused them to stagger, the chain tugging sharply. "Careful!" Josh warned, adjusting his grip. Susie steadied herself, and together they maneuvered the crate into place. Sweat dripped down their faces, muscles strained, but they persevered. When the compartment finally opened, revealing the next clue, both exhaled in relief. Their synchronized effort had paid off, and the moment was marked with a rare high five of sorts, awkward but sincere. After the challenge, the afternoon offered a brief respite. The organizers provided a small creative task, a painting project meant to encourage collaboration and imagination. Susie and Josh hesitated initially, unsure how to coordinate their strokes without conflict. Slowly, they found a rhythm. Josh handled broad strokes while Susie focused on details. Colors blended in unexpected harmony, forming a landscape neither could have achieved alone. The act of creation brought a quiet sense of accomplishment, reinforcing the growing understanding that teamwork could yield tangible rewards. However, not all interactions were smooth. A disagreement over color choices led to a tense moment. Susie wanted to use bright yellows. Josh preferred muted blues. Voices rose and frustration bubbled briefly, but the chain again forced them to face the conflict directly. After a few deep breaths and careful negotiation, they compromised, blending both colors into a gradient that satisfied neither completely but pleased both enough to continue. The lesson was clear. Compromise was not surrender, but a path forward. Evening approached, bringing with it the day's final twist, a surprise reward for collaboration. The organizers had set up a small scavenger hunt within the facility, requiring them to follow clues and uncover hidden objects. Each clue demanded creativity, communication, and sometimes physical coordination. Working together, Josh and Susie navigated the hunt with surprising efficiency, uncovering small tokens of encouragement and praise from the organizers. The rewards were simple, but the impact was profound, a tangible acknowledgement of their growing synergy. Night fell, and the two X's settled into their sleeping area. The chain that had been a source of tension now felt less like a restraint and more like a shared reality they had begun to navigate successfully. Conversation flowed easily in the quiet, ranging from childhood memories to recent life experiences. Laughter came more freely, and moments of vulnerability were met with empathy rather than judgment. The distance between past resentment and present cooperation seemed to shrink, replaced by cautious curiosity about what the coming days might hold. Chapter 4 ended with the hum of the night and the subtle, almost imperceptible shift in their relationship. They were still exes, still tethered by the chain, still facing 30 days of unusual challenges, but the foundation of trust and teamwork had begun to take hold. For the first time, both felt that surviving this challenge might be more than just enduring discomfort. It might be an opportunity to rediscover connection, resilience, and the possibility of reconciliation.